Hi, it's Nell, and yes, this is all about pruning my star jasmine. And the best time to do it is after flowering. Now this has already been pruned, but what I want to tell you is that I filmed this over a 2-month period, so there were like 2 or 3 times I was filming it. So I repeat myself a little bit because I just looked at the clips the other day and it's like, oh my gosh. But I can't go back and refilm it because it's already pruned. So just bear with it. I think you're going to get the idea of what I'm doing, obviously, and what you can do. And you know when to do it: after flowering. And the reason why I wanted to do this video now, I think it's like April 19th or 20th, is because in a few days, this house is going to be painted. And I'm not quite sure what they're going to have to do with this. They aren't going to cut it down. I don't know if they can paint around it or if we have to take the metal trellis off behind and lean it down and put it back up. So that's why I wanted to show it to you now, because in a few days, I'm not sure how it's going to look. So first of all, these big chunks out of the cow's tongue cactus, this huge crow crazy cactus, are from pack rats. I can't believe how they chew through that. It's really, really tough. But anyway, back to the star jasmine. It's getting nice and full down there. The middle needs some filling in, but it's definitely better. And up here, it's really, really nice. It looks nice at this time of year. Oops, there's that sun glare. I'm going to zoom in on these beautiful flowers that smell so good. It's right outside the bedroom window. So in the morning when we open up the windows, it's like, ah, heaven. And there's still quite a few more flowers to open up on these, as you can see. And that's why you want to prune it after flowering, is because you want to stimulate all this flowering for next year. Definitely getting to be a much better shape. Not quite exactly what I want, but it's almost there. And it hasn't taken too long because I pruned it in the spring. And then I just let it be after it got really badly sunburned, and then I did give it a pruning in the fall. So I wasn't quite sure how it was going to grow back this year, this spring, but it's beautiful. Okay, so it's about a month later. The house is painted, the trim is painted, I've gotten some other projects done, and it's time to get this star jasmine pruned. Because the best time to do it is after flowering, and it quit flowering about a month ago. So I'm a little bit late, but as they say, have better late than never. And for you, your jasmine may just be going into bloom now. For instance, last year at this time, I was in San Diego, and mine had already bloomed, but it was just starting to bloom then. So hopefully this is perfect timings for you to be pruning your jasmine too. Okay, so I'm going to give you a closer look at this. All the brown you see on it are is the spent flowers. It's filling in really beautifully right here. And even in here, no, not bad at all. It's looking burned down here. Interesting. After all, we are getting warm. It is the end of May here in the desert. So I've done 2 or 3 posts on this plant, and videos too, because obviously I'm doing a video. I'll post a video. I'll leave the links down below so you can sort of see what's going on with this plant before. But this year, I'm only going to prune it. I'm going to go back like only a node or 2, because I don't want to prune it too severely at all, because I want some of the outer foliage to be able to protect some of the inner foliage in case it does get that hot again this year. Fortunately, I was gone. I was in San Diego enjoying the cool coast there when it was so hot here. But for you, you can give your star jasmine a much more aggressive pruning if you want to. If you're not in a hot, very hot climate like this, it'll be just fine. This would actually be better on this side of the house here, because this gets the morning sun, and then it actually gets sun up until 3, I think. So it's a little too much, but I'm going to start in. I'm going to prune from here down because it is getting later on in the day. So I will start with that, and you can see what I'm doing. So this is what I'm going to do pretty much all over. Is just go, actually some of them that are a little bit longer I'll do 2. This one I'll do 1, and I'm just going to take it back a little bit, because what happens is these, if you don't prune them, just go shoo. And I don't mind that a bit, but I want to control this plant a little bit. This one I think I'll take all the way back in there. Oops, and here's one that's dead. I'll need to get the rest of it with the ladder. I just didn't bring the ladder out right now. So what I'm doing is pretty simple. Just going all the way down to a node and cutting there. Oops, as I said. And there is some sap that does emit when you prune these. Just be careful, don't rub your face. I've never had any bad reaction to it. It's not like a euphorbia where it can really hurt some people, but I don't think this one is too bad. But if you are sensitive to these kind of things, or you think you are, just wear gloves, and also don't touch your face like, ew, I'm gonna prune and I'll go scratch myself. No. And you can see a little bit of that sap that has bled out. I think that's, yeah, that's the sap. It just bleeds a little bit. It doesn't drip too much at all. But this just gives you an idea here. So I'll get even closer so you can see what I mean by a node or 2. This one is a little longer. I'm going down 2 nodes. This one is also, here's a node here, and here's a node here. So I'm going to cut there. This one I'll do 1. And you can just kind of eyeball as to what looks pleasant to you, or what you want the plant to do. Perhaps you're pruning it really tight into the wall, or you want it to be more of a shrub-like. That one's pretty short, so I'm just going to cut the flower off. And then there, it's easy. It's not anything too hard to do, because I've gotten it into a shape I want it to. So now it's just mainly taming it down a bit so it doesn't grow too crazy. And this one I will probably have to do again a little bit in the fall, because I don't do a heavy pruning in the summer. So I will do a light one again, just a shape. I'm going to start to lose some of the good light, so I'll just show you what I've done so far. Nothing too aggressive at all, just some tipping. I've also taken out some of the weaker branches. There were some inside, and there were a couple of dead ones. That's how it looks down there. You can see there's some painted branches taken out, and I have already given this a good compost for the season, but it's already burning here. It's just, this is not a plant which handles the hot sun all that well. And it's on drip every 3 days, but what can you do? It looked good earlier on, and it also looks great in the fall and the winter and the spring. It's just that when it gets really hot. So here it is all done. Just trimmed up a little bit. I took it down below the roof, and took out, there was some dead inside, so I took that out too. But nothing too severe. And here's the cow's tongue cactus. This crazy thing right next to it. And there must have been a pack rat munching away last night because there's a pad right there, chewed up. But I just wanted to show you what I was going to do and to let you know if you're not in the desert, if you're not in a climate this extremely hot and with so much sun, you can prune your star jasmine however you want it to be. Because as I said, after flowering is the best time to prune it. So I hope you have found this video to be helpful, and be sure and check the blog post that goes along with it. The link will be down below and also on our website, joyousgarden.com. I'll also put the links to the other posts on Star Jasmine down below also for you. And come back because I have a lot more videos coming your way. And I thank you for all your likes and your subscribes. I really appreciate them. Now let's get out in our gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. I thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye.